After completing the infrastructure portion of your class, we're now ready to go ahead and build a part. So at this time, you should have completed all the exercises in the infrastructure to CATIA, and now we're ready to go build a part. So we'll go through this step by step. Again, this is based on the fact that you already know how to set the preferences that were done in the videos, zooming in and out, rotating, knowing how to create some simple measurements. We'll start by creating a new part from scratch. So step one is to create a new part from scratch. We'll go ahead and use this part number. The 4 X's represents the 4 digits of your student ID, the last 4 digits of your student ID. That's going to be the part name, and then you'll add your name, and we'll set the in-work object. Okay, so if you have your preferences set correctly, when you go to CATIA and we make a new part, select part design, and it's going to launch a brand new part. So that's basically what you have to do to create a brand new part from scratch. If your tree does not have a part body, a geometrical set, an absolute axis, these 3 planes in the hide mode, because they have gray buttons, so I know that they're in hide. If I right click and hit show, that plane comes out. Right click and hit show, that plane comes out of hide. Right click and hit show. Now all 3 planes are on top of each other. So what a lot of us like to do is leave them in the hide mode. The part number is going to be renamed. So we simply change that name. Oh, I got a problem. I'm in the student 193 startup. I need to switch to the ENGT 111 students. So when I click on this and select OK, I'm going to get this not allowed error. I'll hit OK. It will not allow me to change to any one of my collaborations that I have until I first log off or close this tab. That one's the create tab, so you want to make sure not to hit that plus. You want to move over just a little bit to where you see the close show up. So we're up here in the top left corner. Do not add a new tab by hitting that plus button. Hit the close to close that off. Please do not save anything. We've got enough stuff getting in there. There's nothing here to save, so just say no so it doesn't save that part number. So step one is to make sure we're in the correct collaboration, which is ENGT 111. So I'll select that and select OK, and it accesses the ENGT 111 collaboration. If you do not have access to the ENGT 111 collaboration, please email your instructor immediately to let them know you do not have access. Now to create a new part, we simply select 3D and go to part design. Before you create a new part, you must define the in-work object and set the names correctly. So step one is to right-click Properties. This is known as the contextual menu. This menu that you're seeing on the screen right now is called the contextual menu. So we're going to go into Properties, and we're going to rename this. I simply paste that in there. Again, you want to change the 4 digits here to your student ID. I'll leave that as is and select OK. Notice that the part has been named here. When I save the part, that's the name that the part's going to be. So these correlate as to the part names. This right here, we're going to change to the student ID. In this case, I'm the instructor, so I will put my own name in there. Oh, everything in engineering is always done in caps with no spaces. So I'm going to use the underscore and put my name in here. We also have to rename the geometrical set to construction. So under properties, I'm going to type in construction underscore geometry. Oh shoot, wrong one. Sorry, I always do that. I want the part number, my name, and then this one to be renamed. So I want to make sure I go to feature properties where it says geometrical set here. I'm renaming this geometrical set to construction geometry. I was able to use my up and down arrows to find the last 10 things I typed in, so I didn't have to replace that. Oh, but that's got to be all capital letters. No spaces. Okay, so that means that this is going to be construction geometry to make my surfaces. Typically, you'll find points, lines, curves, circles, faces, planes, and skins all in construction geometry. The actual solid models themselves and the sketch to build the solid models will reside in the part body. In order to make the part body active, it's not selecting on it. It looks like it's active, but the construction geometry is actually where I'm working. That's the in-work object. Whatever is underlined is the in-work object. So to make the part body the in-work object, I simply right-click, define in-work object, and now it's underlined. So now when I work, I'm now going to build everything in the part body, which is where everything belongs. All right, that is step one to creating a brand new part from scratch. Step two will be to access the sketcher.